Well, the meeting at Menangle last Tuesday resulted in Troy Williams recording his 200th career win. I caught up with Troy to congratulate him on the landmark and also have a chat about his career. Well, Troy, congratulations on reaching the 200 winners, and it couldn't come with a better horse, your old favourite, Affaire de Cover.
Yeah, no, it was great to get the 200. Thanks, Mick. And he's been a great little horse, and for him to rack up the 200 was good.
Career win number 17 for him from 142 starts, 32 placings, 228,000 plus in prize money, and he has recorded some very nice career-defining wins here.
Yeah, he has. He's been a very ultra-consistent horse, and he's probably a great horse on a Tuesday, boxes around midfield on a Saturday, but he's done a stellar job on a Tuesday. And he won the Carousel this year for us, and a few Breeders' Challenges. Been a great old horse for our stable, and hopefully punches on for another couple of years.
Troy, you started as a hobby trainer. How did the transition to become full-time come about?
Look, just through work. Knocking off a few people in redundancies, and we took a leap and went into full time, and we sort of haven't looked back at this stage.
So the past 4 years you've been full time, so most of those winners would be over that period?
Yeah, they would be. We probably had 20 or 30 prior with one of our horses, Iona Grinner, and a couple others just as a hobbyist, but 90% of them would come from the last sort of 4 years, so pretty good effort from us, I think.
How many horses in the stable now?
This sort of ranges 15 to 20, I think it's 17 there at the moment, but it's up and down, but we punch around horses week in, week out, and most of them are for owners that just a battler owner wants to jump into the sport and love it, and a lot of syndicate groups as well. So for horses that are generally not Saturday night metro type grade horses, they've done a great job and kept people, owners in the game, which is really good.
Yeah, you can say battling owners, and probably the horse I'm going to mention in a minute, bread and butter type horses, but they put a lot of bread and a lot of butter on the table with their consistency. Jog Along Blue, Major Statement, Charlie's Ace, Colonia Courage, just to name a few.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been great horses for our stable, and they average that 30 to 40, 50 odd grand a season, which is great for owners, pays their bills plus some, and have a lot of enjoyment with it. So, that's what we try and do. Like I said, we don't have any great horses, stellar horse in our stable, but for those owners, they are great horses. So, that's what we try and pride ourselves on. And, don't get me wrong, it'd be nice to get some really top quality horses in the stable, but, we're happy, we're making a living out of it, and the owners are happy too. So that's all we can ask for.
That's a wonderful testament to your training methods, because these horses go around twice, sometimes 3 times a week, Menangle Tuesday or Saturday or Penrith, and they keep coming up as fresh as a daisy.
Yeah, look, some horses can do it. I don't do it to all the horses in the stable for sure, but there are some of those older horses that are stalwarts, and they don't do much in between. So they're not padding ornaments at home, and they race 2 or 3 times a week, and they thrive on it. If they don't, well, we don't do it. But there's a couple that do, and like I said, they get it pretty easy. They get a nice pick in the grass paddock during the week and come out and race. So it makes it easier on my job too.
I think the most important thing, Troy, when they do turn up at the stables, they look healthy and happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Like they don't seem to drop too much weight, or they're pretty bright in the eye, and they race good consistently each week. So they strike when realistically they're in the right grade, or it's their luck on the day. But they generally race around consistently each week and run top 5.
You have a wonderful association with Robbie Morris and also Josh Gallagher and also Chris Geary in particular.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Rob and Josh have driven for me for years, and they're really good to me with the horses and without the horses. We're great mates as well. And Chris is a really great backup driver, and actually drives Affaire de Cover sort of full time now. We left him on him, but I think Chris is probably an underrated driver and should drive a lot more, to be honest with you. And he's done a great job for us. But no, Robbie and Josh, they've always been there, and generally they'll even, Robbie will jump off his own Lucky Lodge horses to drive some of mine. So no, really appreciate what they've done for me too.
One thing, Chris Geary is not underestimated by this particular person. I think he's an outstanding driver and should be getting a lot more opportunities. You would consider yourself to be a reluctant driver?
Oh, absolutely. I'll do a job if I don't think they're much of a chance, and the boys have got time or whatnot. I might jump on and have a crack here and there, but no, we don't go out there with any expectation of getting a result. If we do, great, but I'd prefer to sit on the sideline and cheer them home. I'm pretty good at that. But at the end of the day, if I have to, I will for sure.
I was going to mention your cheering, Troy, because I don't think there's a trainer that cheers as loud as you do over that last 300 metres, and there's no trainer with a bigger smile when you're back in the wash bay. And also you get a very big spring in your step when your daughter Charlie's here watching you on as well.
Yeah, it's great to have her here when we get a winner, but I'll cheer on any type of race, Mick. I do it for the enjoyment. The day I don't cheer them on, I don't want to do it anymore. We're here for the passion of the sport. I love doing it. I love seeing it get home. I love the owners, having a great time and watching their horses win. And if I'm not part of that enjoyment, it's not really enjoyable. So, it gives you a spring in the step. We do a lot of hours, a lot of miles. There's not much family time. So those moments just sort of keep the momentum and put a spring in the step each day to get up and do it again every day. So, yeah.
That's the wonderful thing about ownership in harness racing, Troy. You can get a horse that goes around 2 or 3 times a week. Galloping might get once or twice a month, if that. But your owners, they're seeing their horses going out on a regular basis, so you're giving them a lot more extra enjoyment.
Yeah, absolutely. And they all come to the races, which is great, which attracts a few more people, and mainly they're Penrith owners and that. But we could have anything from sort of 10 to 15 owners float around on a Thursday night, which is fabulous. They go and have a feed, have a beverage, have a little punt. It's really good for them. So, and we've even got a couple of the owners have gone on to get stable hand licenses and come and give us a hand, and they're part of that sort of experience, which is really positive.
And that's another positive thing about harness racing. Everyone gets involved. Also, Troy, you've mentioned your numbers around about 17. We've mentioned the bread and butter, the solid foundation of your stable. Any newcomers coming through?
Got quite a few babies this year for Ron Littler, who's been a great supporter of our stable with horses like Little Bliss and Touche and a few others. He's got a nice half sister to Little Bliss, a Captain Treacherous filly that I really like. So we're going through the motions through the education trials with them at the moment. I'm pretty happy with the way they're going. A few 3-year-olds and a few that are just sort of coming back from a little bit of a freshen up. So we've got plenty of horses to come back in and race over the next sort of 2 to 3 months. So you're looking forward to that Bathurst Gold Crown Carnival and, a few others after that. So, yeah, hopefully we strike some nice races this year.
Let's see if we're going to be hearing Troy Williams cheering home a winner on Tuesday in race 6, Jog Along Blue. He's on his past 3. Due to the ODM tag, he's got barrier 10 again, but he's racing so well.
Yeah, look, he's racing in great form at the moment, and I think we've probably found the key to him, and that's leaving him in the OD position. He's quite comfortable going forward and just sort of letting him shift down the track. But I think that's probably the way we've got to drive him. If you've got to restrain him, he gets a bit, if anyone's watched his replays, gets a bit awful gated and skippy and hoppy, and I know a couple of the stewards call him Skip Along Blue. But, we've sort of worked him out a little bit at the moment, and he's racing in great form and takes a step up into the up to 50 grade this week. But, I think he could probably go close to going 4 in a row.
Major Statement will be backing up on Tuesday in the last. He comes into barrier 3 now with a scratching. Belladanza the one to beat, but outside of that particular runner for Jason Grimson, open race.
Yeah, definitely a real open race, and he'll give it a best crack. He loves sort of those mile races, sitting up in the breeze and toughing it out. And if they don't sort of back off for too much of a cheap second quarter, then he'll be right there at the finish if they run consistently. He's in a race tonight where it's 2,300, and we'll probably drive him with a little bit of cover and see how he gets home. But Tuesday, I think he'll go close.
Troy, congratulations once again on 200. We look forward now to the 300.
It could be a while away, Mick, but hopefully we'll get there quicker than we think. Thanks, mate.